bike is known for being pretty damn reliable. Not the most reliable, but like they've used this engine since I think 2006. It's either 2006 or 2009 they've used this engine. So they've used it for a long time. Parts are readily available, and it's only a 2-cylinder. So that means a lot of the maintenance cost is quite a bit cheaper than if it had 4 of them little bop bop bops. You know what I'm saying? Reliability. Again, I can't really speak on reliability a ton, so I'm not gonna give it a rating. But it's treated me well so far, and if you look on like Reddit and the forums and stuff, it's treated most other people pretty well also. Couldn't tell, for a beginner, in my opinion, this is plenty of get up and go. I think 4 cylinders can be a beginner bike, but also, oh, it's a Harley. Oh, he's not looking at me. What the hell is this motherfucker doing? What the fuck? It's got plenty of get up and go, like she moves, and she pops with the exhaust. Oh my god! The power delivery is very linear with only 2 cylinders, whereas like the power delivery of a 4-cylinder, it's not really linear. It's more exponential. people, a 650 is great, and it's like a perfect starter bike, and you shouldn't have any issues. I think for some people, they might get a 650, and if they have experience with dirt bikes or other motorsports, then there's a chance that they'll be able to ride this bike very well off the rip, and they might think, oh, I probably could have gone with a 4-cylinder, and they probably could, but in my opinion, it never hurts to start just a little bit smaller. I think there's some people who might get their hands on a 650, a Ninja650, like some of these 2-cylinder bikes, and it might be a little much for them to handle, because I've rode this bike I've also rode a Ninja 300, and the 300 feels like spongy, like it's really easy, much easier to control. And whoa, coming in a little hot. The 300's easier to control. The controls are more forgiving, so like if I give her too much throttle, I could loop this bike, and that's far less likely on a 300. So not that you don't have to be careful on a 300. It's just a little more forgiving for people who holy fuck, that truck's loud. It's a little more forgiving for people who don't have, oh wait, shit, I'm gonna be in this lane. It's a little more forgiving for people who don't have experience with anything like this, or don't feel as confident in their abilities. But overall, I think the Ninja 650 is just the best of both worlds. You get enough power to have a lot of fun on. It's more forgiving than a 4-cylinder. The power delivery is more consistent than a 4-cylinder. But it's not like too much power that you're gonna throw yourself in a ditch, like first ride. Like, it's manageable, so yeah, that's why I think the speed and like power slash, oh, didn't mean to do that. The power slash the capabilities of this bike, that's why I think it's really great. Oh, here. Well, this is a good time to stop and check out the looks. This is sick. Like, I mean, come on. Like, Kawasaki just knows how to make a good looking bike. I unfortunately don't got a bolt for the fairing right here, but don't mind that. She's a little dirty, but like, the colorway, the fairings, Like, I don't know. I just personally think Kawasaki makes a great looking bike. You can see I got the Yoshi full exhaust, full titanium, sounds pretty solid. That's another thing with the 2 cylinders. They just don't sound all that great. But one of the things that's a little weird about the 650, it's a sport touring, so the front end is slightly less aggressive than even like a Ninja 300. Like, I'll put up a picture of a Ninja 300. It looks pretty aggressive. And then here's my bike. I've heard people say this bike looks surprised and it's happy to be ridden, kind of by the look of the front, which I see it. I think it makes sense. Pretty funny, but yeah, so I think she looks pretty good. I think the looks for what it is I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Because I mean, obviously something like a Ducati is gonna look a little better. Oh, C8 Corvette, or like the BMWs or the Aprilias, like those are gonna look better. But like for a beginner bike, this scratches all my itches. This does what I need it to do. I don't know how this works, so I was gonna try and turn left here, but I ain't gonna try and do all that. So we're gonna go back right. Thing I wanted to talk about for this video for this bike is the cost. Now I've mentioned the fact that this is a 2-cylinder many times, and that also plays a role into the cost. Even though the Ninja650 is a bigger engine than the ZX6R, it's a 636 versus a 649. The cost is going to be lower basically all around. Like I said, maintenance will be a little less expensive. You only have 2 cylinders. The gas is going to be cheaper because you only have 2 injectors instead of 4. Insurance is a little weird. It really depends on the company. For most companies though, I am fairly confident that this bike is cheaper to insure than a ZX6R. hard to beat this bike. This bike does everything I need and want it to do and more. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe consider pressing that little subscribe